Please rise for our Canadian National Anthem. This is to honor our drivers that are from Canada. We appreciate them coming down and racing with us and putting on a good show. So thank you very much to all of our fellow drivers from Canada. I think we're missing a few tonight, but I know they're going to be here in spirit and watching us. All rise and remove your hats if able for the American National Anthem. Alright, welcome everybody. We are live back at it. After some technical issues last week, everything looks to be working good so far this week. We are live from Richmond, back short track racing after the super speedway that was Atlanta last week. To go over our winner last week, it was Dan Park who was able to stretch that fuel mileage out, capturing his first RMRL victory of the season. We're going to do a quick rundown of our point standings coming into tonight. Bad Brad Steffen, he is in the lead. He has 0 wins, but he has 199 points. Josh Fox is in second with 197, 1 win. Dan Park is in third with 192, 1 win. Travis Lepenis in that number 16 car, 191, 1 point behind Dan Park. 0 wins for him. Kyle Lingerfeld is in 5th place with 1 win. At 187, Roy Hyde, a 178. Michael Steele currently sitting in 7th with 176, only 2 points out. Josh Reese in 8th with 173. Anthony Hamilton in 9th with a 171. James Pileski in 10th with a 167. Aiden Giordano, newcomer to the RMRL, 165, sitting in 11th place. Hunter Wellman, rookie to the asphalt side of things, sitting in 12th with 164. Alan Wernicke is in 13th with 163. Brandon Nunford in 14th with 159, tied with Forrest Hamilton Jr. Jesse Adams is in 16th with 157. Lee Krause in 17th with 150. Sean Patrick in 18th, 1 point behind Lee with 149.
So
Aaron Murphy at 19th with 148. And Dylan Dunford rounding out our 20th at 144 points. We are 5 races in. Tonight should mark the halfway point. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how these guys are going to handle these short track races here at Richmond tonight. This has been a pretty tough track for me. Turns 3 and 4 were always probably the hardest. I always seem to get loose coming out of turn number 4. But these guys are trained professionals and they are going to get it done tonight. So far on the point for practice, we got Mr. Dustin Buck setting down our quick time so far, but it is just practice. Dan Park right behind him in second, Josh Fox in third, Aiden Giordano in fourth, Joshua Reese in fifth, Hamilton in sixth, Pileski in seventh, newcomer Combs in eighth, Wernicke in ninth, and the other Hamilton in 10th. We got just about a minute 44 before we hit the track for qualifying. They do our qualifying sessions are 2 laps. Your fastest of the 2 laps will be where you start for the race tonight. Looking pretty good. We got 30 cars in here tonight, so it should be a fun, good time. Alright, one quick second, I do have to fix my audio. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Alright, we don't want to hear any of their chatter during the race. It might get loud. You never know. But you never know, that could be fun too. Okay, let's make sure all of our stuff is set up and ready to rock and roll here. To those watching, how does everything sound so far tonight? Alright, getting ready for qualifying. Who's going to be the first one out on the track? We have seen quite a few drivers tonight opt, well, not just tonight, but this season, opt not to set down qualifying times and just start at the rear of the field. Looks like Dylan Dunford is going to be one of the early takers in that number 94 Komatsu machine. Tennessee Auto Salvage and Recycling on the hood. good looking car for Dylan Dunford. Tennessee orange colors there. Dylan's first lap. He's going to jump to the top of the speed chart, but only for a second. Lee Krause is going to best him. He's going to fall to second with a 21.73. Lee Krause with a 21.66. We'll see if Dylan can improve on that at all for his second lap. Dustin Buck with a blistering speed of a 21.56. Dunford does improve, which is going to move him up, but he moves up to fourth with a 21.64. James Pileski with a 21.57, right behind Dustin Buck. Jesse Adams at number 55 Uno machine. I love the different colors on that car. Looking to lay down his first lap. Hey Ray, thanks for sharing the stream, buddy. I always appreciate you. All right, 55 machine, 14th quickest in his first lap. Jump to the 7 car of Daniel Park, last week's winner. In loving memory of Grandma Judy on the side of that machine. And Michael Steele Graphics, and a proud supporter of All the Dirt. All right. Dan Park's first lap, a 22.07. He was way faster in practice. Whichever streaming service you are liking on or watching on, please give a like, a follow, or subscribe. It really helps out this channel. We do stream 3 nights a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thursdays, I stream my in-car with the dirt stock, or with the dirt cars mini stocks, and then the dirt cars UMP modifieds. We broadcast that. Let's see, where did Dan Park jumps up to second? On my ticker, shows them identical lap times as our leader, Dustin Buck. If you are watching on YouTube, you will have to subscribe to chat with us, just to keep the bots to a minimum. Thank you all for joining us tonight for week number 6 of the East to West Apparel Company ARCA series, powered by RUSTYMISFITS Racing League. Dean Qualley, the owner of the league, we've been racing here now for several seasons, a couple of years, maybe 3-4 years. Good group of guys. We got 30 cars here tonight. Might see a couple cautions. Yeah, we're looking at 30 drivers entered into tonight at a short track. Temperatures are going to be hot. Drivers' tempers might be even hotter. Speaking of temperatures, let's check out our race info. Ambient temperature 78 degrees. This track is 0.72 miles long. Track temperature itself is 80 degrees, and we are in Richmond, Virginia. All right, we're getting ready to grid up. All right, once again, starting on that front row, we got Dustin Buck and Buck Wild Racing. Outside of him, Mr. Daniel Park. Brandon Combs, row number 2 with James Pileski on the outside. Row number 3, Aiden Giordano and Joshua Reese. Row number 4, our current points leader, Bradley Steffen and Dylan Dunford. Row number 5, past Rusty Misfits Racing League champion, we got Mr. Josh Fox and Mr. Lee Kraus. Row number 6, Anthony Hamilton and Kyle Lingerfeld. Hunter Wellman and Farron Elam are going to be in row number 7. Row number 8, we got Mr. Travis Lapenas and Brandon Dunford. Devin Smith and Forrest Hamilton Jr. are going to be in row number 9. Row number 10, we got the 72 machine of Alan Wernicke and Derek Regal. Row number 11, Michael Steele and Roy Hyde. Row number 12, we got Jesse Adams and Sean Patrick. Sean is the sponsor title holder for our Monday night series, so thank you very much, Sean, for that. In row number 13, lucky number 13, we got Mr. Matt Moreau and Aaron Murphy. Row number 14, we got Logan Tackett and Ray Andrews. And then Matthew Chandler is going to be shotgun on the field this evening. Thank you to all the drivers who showed up tonight. Nice full field. We're going to put on a heck of a show. These guys have some pretty cool looking cars. If you are looking for a ride, check out Michael Steele Graphics. You can check out FALCONGRAFIX. Joshua Land Fox does some pretty amazing work. There is no shortage of talented painters here in the Rusty Misfits Racing League. We also have the Misfit Creations. Justin Walbring painting up some cars over there. He's just getting into it, does pretty amazing work. Here's a car right now sponsored by and painted by Mr. Michael Steele. That number 26 car of Sean Patrick. This number 13 car, this is one done by Misfit Creations. It's a beautiful looking car there for Ray Andrews. Alright, we're going to get ready to go green flag racing, folks. Better find a different camera angle though. Alright. Not sure why I'm not showing Dustin Buck on the point. I'm showing Buck in 27th spot. But he's obviously not coming to the green start. We go on green here in the Rusty Misfits Racing League. Stacked them up a little bit. We're going to be side by side as we head down into turn number 1. Big, beautiful field tonight. Whoa, there goes Dustin Buck through the grass. Hold on to it, buddy. Caution is out, and I'm guessing it is for that 68 of Dustin Buck going through the grass. We saw it as he came out of turn number 4. I am not sure if he got loose or if he had help. Oh, we see the 7 dipping down pit road already. Did not expect that. Let's. We're gonna try and jump back and see what we can't see here. Oh! The 7 kind of comes down and door slams the 68. Oh! That is not a good sign for that 68 machine on lap number 1. That is going to hand the lead over to Mr. Pileski. Alright, we're trying to get everything situated again here. Okay. First caution, lap number 5. Zeroth caution. So I did have to restart my overlay software, so our caution count might be a little bit off for tonight, but we'll be okay. Hopefully that's the only one we have. Mr. NASCAR is rooting for Matthew Chandler tonight. Let's take a quick look, see if we can't find Mr. Chandler on the track. He is way back. He's got a new ride tonight, driving the number 81 subway machine. I like it. Lights are off on the pace car. That restart might be under review. We'll see what happens here. Flop around here for a better camera angle though. James Gillespie is jumping onto an early lead after that restart. That 21 Outback machine of Aiden Giordano on the bottom. Hard charging up to second, bringing Mr. Brad Stefane with it. Oh, you made that for him? That is really cool. I like that car. Love the colors. Mr. NASCAR getting a little plug here on the All the Dirt channel tonight. Alright, we're getting ready to restack them and re-rack them already. Keep a close eye on that 93 here. Looks like they're not doubling up quite yet. Some of the field was, but we'll see what happens. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Tonight we have the East to West Apparel Company ARCA series. Tomorrow night we're going to have the Strange Brew Racing Legend series. Those guys have been putting on a heck of a show. And then right after that, we're going to have the FALCONGRAFIX Pavement Mini Stock Series. Those are all going to be brought to you right here on All the Dirt. I'm going to be filling in for my buddy Tom Queering, who is unable to broadcast the mini stock race. I'm going to cover it for him. Wednesday night, we're off. Thursday night, we're back in action with dirt cars. We're going to start the night off with the Mini Stock Series, which I race in. And then I'm going to broadcast the UMP Dirt Car Series. I think last week we went flag to flag, 0 cautions. These guys put on a show last week. Alright, we're going to be coming out of a number 4. That 93 car really looks like he's jumping the start. Tom, you might need to talk to that boy about that. Either he's jumping or that light is delayed. One of the two. A 93 car is painted up by Justin Brooks Designs, part of Top Groove Racing. Second place now, Brad Steffen. Aiden Giordano falls back to 3. Here comes that 28 car of Brandon Combs. We're going to have a battle for 4th place here between Fox and Reese teammates. Lee Kraus in that number 99 machine trying to work his way through the field. Oh, got a little bit of blink in there by the 94. Kind of like one of the ghosts from Pac-Man blinking, right? No, maybe not. Okay, maybe I'm just old. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. He's running up on that high side. Ooh, a little bit of contact. That sounds like a team owner response if I ever heard one, Tom. Lee Kraus is going to clear that 94 as they head into turns 1 and 2. Here comes that 23, though, of Hamilton. That is Anthony Hamilton. You got Grimace on the hood of that machine? Kind of looks like it. I did not get a chance to talk to any of the drivers before the race tonight, but I am curious to see how many laps we're going to be able to go before these guys have to make a green flag pit stop. And that might be what what Dan Park was working on when we saw him pit on lap 3. He refueled. That means he has 3 extra laps of fuel than the rest of these drivers. Because, yes, he is the only driver. Oh, Sean Patrick has also pit. They pit on lap 12. Dan Park re-pit on lap 12. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, looks like Jesse Adams out of this event. Roy Hyde out of this event. Dustin Buck out of contention. Ray Andrews out of this event as well. And that's unfortunate for Ray. Not real sure Ray even turned a lap in this feature. Oh, Tom. Dan parking that number 7, looking to work on Hunter Wellman. Dan pit early, already back up to 12th place. Tom, how's the stream running tonight? Everything running real smooth out there? It looks good on my end. Looking at the numbers, I don't see any weird stuff going on, and everything looks smooth. Back up front, Valesky is leading Stefan. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Stefan's got a mirror full of newcomer Combs. Joshua Reese in that number 1 3M machine, making it around Eden Giordano. All right, thank you very much, sir. Gets a fender to the inside of Bad Brad Steffen. Side by side. Ooh, the 28 got a little loose. He's still got the power laying it down though, going down the back straightaway. Slight advantage as they exit turn number 4. He's got him at the stripe. But will it be enough to complete the pass in turns 1 and 2? Stefan charging back by him on that outside. Official word from the booth, no jump on that restart. 93 is clear. These two battling has allowed that number 1 of Joshua Reese to catch up to him. Close battle right now between 3 cars for second. A little bit of scrape on that wall. Wellman Racing says, let's go Hunter. Hunter right now is holding on to P number 12. Got that 88 of Farron Elam Jr. all over his back bumper. Finally getting some good green flag runs in here. Lap 38 going to be completed this time by out of 125. Back up front, these guys are still battling pretty hard for that second place. How's everybody doing out there on this beautiful Tuesday evening? It's a blistering 88 degrees here in northern Minnesota. Pretty warm for us early on, but don't worry, by Wednesday it's going to be down to 40. Up front, these guys have kind of settled down a little bit. No more side-by-side racing. Maybe trying to reel in that number 93 of Poleski. Laps complete. These guys are starting to eke into that lead of James Poleski. Not Luke Combs, no. Brandon Combs looking underneath of that 89 machine once again. He's gotten a nose in front of him, but has yet to be able to complete the pass fully. It's only Brandon's second or third week with this. Seen a lot of good things coming out of that 28 car. Not quite going to clear him. Couldn't slide up in front of the 89. Brad's going to be battling back on that outside line as we dive bomb down into turns 1 and 2. Brad up on that high side, the 28 of Combs down low. Still side by side. Now Stefan with the advantage going into turns 3 and 4, but here comes the 28 back trying to get a nose under him. Meanwhile, James Poleski and that number 93 machine join his lead. He is going to start creeping up on some lap cars. I see the 38 car of Matt Moreau up there in the distance a little bit. Sorry for my squeaky chair, if you could hear that. We're just chilling here on a Monday night watching some great ARCA racing action. Oh, the 28 car gets loose. Brad is one of those guys that can hold on to that outside line. He knows just the right place to put his car so the guy on the inside can't get an advantage. Dustin Buck coming back out on the track, staying down low. Brandon Combs in that 28, trying it again. Oh, he clears him by an inch. Stefan trying to come back at him on that high side. Thinks better of it. He's going to dive down behind him. Ooh, that number 1, Joshua Reese, looked like he might have got into the fence. Saw some dust up there. Yeah, Tom, I definitely agree. In 3 and 4, it's a little easier because of the exit of the corner, but 1 and 2, it's tough. Ooh, those cars are getting a little loose. So our lead cars are on 50 laps of tires. They have not pit yet. I imagine we're going to see these guys start pitting here soon under green flag conditions. I don't foresee them going too many more laps. They might try to make it to the halfway point. I don't know if No, that'd be lap 60. I feel like that'd be a stretch for these drivers. Oh, pardon me, folks. Break away a little bit from Brad Stefan. We got Joshua Reese in that number 1 car holding on to 4th place. In 5th, right where he started, Aiden Giordano. Dan Park down 4 places from where he started, but he is back up to 6th place after pitting early, and we know he's going to be able to go farther than the rest of the drivers out here. Lee Kraus right behind him in that number 99 machine. Joshua Fox, number 11, holding on to 8th place. Then we got the 2 Dumfords, Dylan and Brandon, 9th and 10th respectively. Anthony Hamilton in that 23 machine in 11th, right where he started. It is noteworthy that Brandon Dunford is up 6 spots from where he originally started this one. Hunter Wellman lost another spot, but he is running right in the spot where he started. So he is currently running in 13th. Alan Wernicke in that bright number 72, another driver that has increased his starting position quite a bit. He is up 5 spots, up to 14th. Forrest Hamilton Jr. is up 3 spots, he's up to 15th. Michael Steele in that number 5 machine, up 5 spots. Michael and Forrest are also drivers that pit on lap 13 and 12, so they have extra fuel in their cars compared to the other ones. They can go farther. Mr. Devin Smith, who missed last week, was on vacation. He is currently running in 17th, right where he started. Kyle Lingerfeld, right now I do believe is probably going to be our Hard Luck Award. Nope, it's going to be Buck. Kyle has fallen 6 positions from where he started, currently running in 18th. Travis Lapenas dropped 4 positions. He is currently running in 19th. Sean Patrick up 4 spots, running in 20th. Logan Tackett, that number 6 machine, old Jimmy Johnson Lowe's car, he's running pretty good tonight. He is currently running in 24th. He's up 7 spots. Aaron Murphy in that number 18, he is up 4 spots. Derek Regal down 3 spots. Matthew Chandler in that Subway at number 81, he is up 6 spots from where he started. Matt Moreau is in the same spot he started, currently running in 25th. He has went a lap down. Roy Hyde in 26th, Jesse Adams in 27th. Dustin Buck in 28th. He is down 27 laps. Ray Andrews is out of it as well, unfortunately. Back up front, Coombs has caught the 93. We are 62 laps into this event. So far we've only had 2 cautions tonight, but green flag pit stops are looming. And with different pit strategies, you never know what that might entail. Car might get loose coming off pit road, could throw a whole monkey works into everything. Looks like the 93 is off pace. I'm guessing he's coming to pit road this time by. Getting down on that apron, along with teammate Brad Steffen. Top Groove Motorsports going to be the first ones to hit pit road under green flag conditions. We'll keep an eye on that 93 to see what his pit strategy might be, see if he's going to take 2 tires or 4. I'm sure team owner Tom isn't going to cue us in. Doesn't want to give away any trade secrets until after the fact. Right sides are up in the air for both the 93 and 89. 4-tire change for both cars. Come out in the same order they went in. Alright, back up front right now, the 28 has the lead. That is Brandon Combs, followed by Aiden Giordano. Dan Park now in 3rd place. Giordano and Kraus have pit, along with Dunford, Hamilton, and here comes our race leader with Hunter Wellman right in front of him. Hunter was about to go a lap down. Oh, yellow flag is out on the speedway. Yellow flag is out for Brandon Dunford. Sorry, Dylan Dunford. Let's see what happened here. Dylan's coming back onto the track after his green flag pit stops and loops it. Cold tires, folks, right in front of our race leaders. Bringing out the caution for the 3rd time tonight. Unfortunate series of events here. Dan Park is in the lead now, but it looks like he is coming to pit road. 28 car is a lap down. That'll put him in the wave around. Brad came in a little hot. You know, that's typical of Brad. Alright, looks like everybody that hadn't pit is now going into the pits. We'll see where this is going to shake everybody out here. We'll be seeing cars get the wave around / free pass. Unfortunately, these guys do have to wait for iRacing to tell them to pass the pace car. I am currently seeing Dan Park still on the lead. Everybody else was a lap down the way it looks. Race control might extend this caution a lap to allow these guys to catch up to the pace field. Yep, lights are off on the pace car. These guys are going to get their wave arounds. They're going to need to hammer down. Alright, so on the front row, it looks like it's going to be Dan Park and Josh Fox restarting this one. Yeah, it's definitely shaking up the order, Tom. It's kind of crazy. Our leaders before the caution, Brad Stefane still trapped down a lap. Sean Patrick down a lap. What a crazy turn of events. Caution come out when you have, unfortunately, cold tires. That happens frequently. Dan Park gonna start off on that restart. We'll see if he's got what it takes to go the next 52 laps. All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining me up in the booth, we got Mr. Dustin Buck. Oh, pretty good. Hold on one second. Looks like I'm not picking up your audio. 1 second.
You got me now?
All right, there we go. Unfortunate turn of events for you tonight. Right away on lap 1, unfortunately.
Oh, what do you do? I can only drive my car, and I make mistakes sometimes too. So it's never fun to be on the receiving end. But like I said, man, I've made my fair share of mistakes, and cost people races, and it's just part of doing these and turning the laps. None of us are perfect. That's why we're on a sim game,
Exactly. We can't afford a real car.
That mid-race yellow sure shook the field up.
It sure did. We have another yellow back out. I'm trying to find what caused it. Are you aware of what caused it?
They threw a comp yellow to let the wave rounds catch up.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
I know, my opinion, that if you can't get around and get caught up, it's just how it is. But Dean's a lot more graceful than I am when it comes to stuff like that, I guess. I think Dan Park will be pretty hard to beat here. I know he has really good pace, and with the fastest guys, smart in traffic, it's going to be an uphill battle, I think, for anybody to get up and challenge him.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, we do have another caution out. Looks like it might involve that 00 of Roy Hyde.
Yeah, then I couldn't catch a break. Somebody, I don't know who it was, they got a little out of shape and then hit the apron and dusted me. But, it was going to be a challenge to come through the field anyways.
All right, for this next caution, it looks like it starts with the 16 of Travis Lapenas, Sean Patrick, and the 38 of Matt Moreau. They're 3 wide coming through the corner. Oh, Lee Kraus got a little bit of loose. There might have been a checkup in front of these guys, and then they just ran out of real estate, and Travis paid the price on that one.
And this looks like he might not have a whole heck of a lot of damage until Hyde came in.
Yeah, he came in a ton. Alright, that is gonna put
A little colorful on the radio. I haven't heard any swearing, but there's some guys that are overly thrilled with each other right now.
I'm currently showing Brad Stefan in that 1 lap down spot. I wonder if he's going to get the lucky dog.
He should be able to do something with that. It's kind of challenging to pass people that are the same speed as you. So, he should be able to move forward quite a bit, but I don't think there's enough laps for him to get too terribly far. Maybe he surprises us, makes it back to the top 5, but it's just, I don't know, I found it was challenging to pass people.
Alright, lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go back green. On the front row, we have Dan Park and Kyle Lingerfeld now. Lingerfeld looked like he's been showing some patience. He was mired deep in the field not too long ago, but that caution after the green flag pit stops really helped him out.
I think you'll see Park drive away from him here. And Lingerfeld didn't get the best start there either.
No, he did not.
It's going to come along and take that number 2 spot.
Lingerfeld's got a hard charge on the outside.
Yeah, I spoke too soon.
Seen a couple guys be able to do something on that top line. Brad had some pretty good runs on that high line earlier. Oh, we got the caution back out again.
That high line can be pretty strong for getting runs off the corner. It's what makes it so difficult to pass. It's just, you can really get a drive off the corner up there. That's a pretty big wreck.
Yeah, it almost looks like we were trying to go 4 wide at one point.
I spoke too soon with Stefan. He got awful out of that.
Oh, the 88 got into the wall, kind of caused a chain reaction right in front of Lee. The 19 comes down the track, collects the 89, the 21.
The 64 and 94 are going to be pretty beat up. 19 took a huge lick.
Ooh.
And even got one on the roof too.
Oh, the 81 comes in there late and gets a chunk of it. Oh, there goes the 64. Hunter Wellman with the first one of the season, I do believe. He gets the Lee Krause Turtle Award.
It's going to be interesting to see if we can get a good green run going here. Everybody's going to be trying to jockey for position on these restarts. We're not super close to the end, but it's going to be go time. Everybody should be able to make it on fuel. If you're towards the front, you're on the tires, you're probably going to finish the race with, unless if we get a longer green run here and have like a 10-15 lap shootout, I would think a lot of the front runners will come down pit road.
Sets of tires did we have coming into the night? 3?
Yeah, so you can come down and get 3 sets.
Yeah, if you've got 15 laps left, you almost have to come down and grab a set of tires, otherwise you're going to be a sit and duck.
There's some fall off by lap 15. It's not horrible, but I wouldn't want to be in front of somebody on fresh tires at the end.
Devin Smith up there in the top 5. He's having a nice strong run. That pit strategy staying out helped him out quite a bit too.
Yeah, you know, if I was running this, I probably would have got caught a lap down. I would have with the yellows and stuff. If I would have managed to be near the front, or some yellows and stuff happened, I would have definitely split it to try to get to the end as fast as possible.
Yep. And I think Dan kind of was playing that fuel strategy game right away, because he pit on lap 12 onto that first caution. because he expected to stay out later than everybody else, and it paid off for him.
Yeah. All we needed was two yellows, and you could make it one stop, no problem. Otherwise, you'd have to do just a little bit of fuel savings.
Park jumps out to a nice, strong lead right away.
Yeah, Fox and Lingerfeld are battling there. We'll see if Lingerfeld gets that outside run. They're going to be neck and neck here coming into one.
Still side by side, drag racing down the back straightaway.
That outside lane out of two is just so strong. And it's really hard to drive off from three and keep the car low without it getting loose on you too.
Yep, Lingerfeld's going to clear him. He's going to pull down in front of him as they go down the back straightaway.
Battle for fourth is heating up there. Got Hamilton, Combs, Devin Smith.
Combs thought about sticking his nose in there to make it 3 wide, but he changed his mind. He was strong in the early part of the race. He was right on the back bumper of the 93.
95 got a little out of shape there. He almost came down and got the 28.
Yeah, that was a close one. He's going to lose one more position to Reese. Speaking of the 93, there's James Pileski battling with Alan Wernicke for 8th place. Lee Krause in 10th.
One car's got really good race pace, so it'll be, if this goes green to the end, it'll be interesting to see if he can make his way up through the field.
Coming up on the lap curve, Dunford, he moves up high, stays out of the way.
Bob got Devin Smith cleared here. He just cleared him. Taking over the 7th spot. Lee Krause is trying to take a spot away from Smith now as well.
Devin might have scraped the wall coming out of 4.
He seems like he's got his hands full right now. James been able to make some quick work of traffic here. He might get himself around Reese and keep charging towards the front. Likely finally making it around Smith here. And it got some battles all over the racetrack.
Yeah, we do. That 93 car is running a little bit faster than our leader currently.
Fourth, Hamilton and 5th's our big mover right now. The pit strategies and stuff really played out to his favor. He's up to 5th from 18th.
Wow, nice.
We'll see how long he can hang on to that. There's 2 really fast cars behind him. James is working over Reese right now, trying to take away that number 6 spot. We'll see how that plays out. You really got to burn up tires to get around people. Reese is in the wall. That should let 93 get by.
It does.
With James there solidly into the 6th position, it'll be really interesting to see if you can clear some of these guys, catch a late yellow, and then see if you can work on the leader.
He's got a fast rocket, that's for sure.
Just at 3 seconds back right now, he's going to need some help to get to the front. Park's really pulling away here at 1.8 seconds. For seconds, heating up here. The 28's got into the bumper of Lingerfeld here. He's trying to put some moves on him.
Yeah, he's real close to that back bumper. He was quick early on and he was patient too.
Yeah, you need a lot of patience to get around this place.
Just kind of stalled out in 6th. He's got 2 cars battling side by side in front of him for 5th.
Yeah, you know, he's really pushing those tires early in the run. And he did a really good job making it to 5th place there. But I think those things probably took a little bit of a beating. He needs a yellow now. He needs 4 fresh ones. And needs those to try to get to the lead now.
Kraus and Fox got together. They keep it going green though. They both lost a lot of positions.
I'm assuming both of those guys are going to be pretty upset about that. Lee just really worked his way through the field. Holmes got into the 65. 65, Lingerfeld did a really good job collecting that up. That could have been really bad.
Yeah, that was a nice bit of driving by the 65 machine.
'28 lost a little bit of ground after that, but I'm sure he'll get it all back here shortly.
Dan Park really stretching that lead out now, 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, he's just got it on cruise control right now. Like I said, I know he had really good race pace, and with the fresh air and the pace that he had, I'm sure he's able to save on some tires right now too. Combs is getting inside the 65. He's going to get the spot here.
He went full send on that corner.
Yeah, it really hugged the bottom really well for him. If you get the car load up enough on entry, it will stick right on the yellow line, but you got to hit your marks right, and he hit it perfect.
Oh, caution is out.
This is going to make things interesting. Most of these guys were last on pit road around lap 70.
Yes, sir.
Defane's, oh, that was the 88. 88 was around on the bottom of the apron there.
Oh, Lee almost got sideways in front of it, was able to straighten it back out, and then the 88 looped it, trying not to get into Kraus. He did get tagged a little bit, but I don't think the damage should be substantial by any means.
Always been a Canadian pinball this race.
Looks like all of our top cars are pitting. They almost have to. Do you just take 2 tires here, or do you take 4?
I would take 4. If you take 2 tires now, you'll be about 3/10 off from qualifying times.
I think the 28 beat Park out of pit road.
That'll really make things interesting. 28 doesn't quite have the race pace 7 does, but he's gonna have that first place starting spot, and he'll be able to get down into the restart zone and kind of control when everybody fires off. And if he plays that to his advantage, with as hard as this pass, that might be all he needs.
Yeah, when we go back green flag racing, we're probably only going to have about 8 laps. Ooh, did the 99 lose a lap? Looks like it. Did not make it out of pit road on time. Tom Grewing in chat said fresh rubber with 10 laps or so to go is going to make things a fight to the checkered.
It's going to be interesting to see if we can get a full green run in here to the end. With the way the last couple of restarts went prior to this green flag run, we might see some more core-up cars. If those leaders get together, you know, it's going to be who's who on's going to win it.
Well, that's just it. Devin Smith sitting in third might just be the luckiest guy of the night.
Well, we saw at the start of the race, unfortunately, I got the receiving end of cold tires and loose exits. The cars really don't hook up until about the second lap of green. So there's some loose conditions that come out of the first lap here. So we'll see how they do in the first corner and see if everybody can keep it from coming around.
Right.
And the 28 got a great start.
Great start. Now we'll see if Dan Park can clear Devin Smith. Oh! Pileski tried to make it 3 wide in the middle of that one. Caution is out again.
Yep, that was a bold move that did not pay off. I'm sure Park's actually kind of glad to see that yellow come out. He's gonna want a second chance at that restart.
And Pileski got into the side of Lingerfeld. Lingerfeld got into the wall. And then the 23 of Hamilton gets into the back of the 93 and finishes off the 65. Oh, and then here comes Ray Andrews to clear him out. That 65 is done. Unfortunate for Lingerfeld. Holy cow, that was a hard hit by the 13.
Yeah, he had a really good run going. That'd have been a really good finish for him. Real strong. His pit strategy would have paid off. It just would have been an all-around win regardless of where he finished inside the top 5.
Yeah, very strong run for him. Unfortunately, wiped out by a late race caution.
Well, that just goes to show why we, run all these laps. You have no control in the race. What happens to you sometimes, and that's a classic example of somebody that had a really good, strong showing going, and he's not going to have anything to show for it.
Just a lot of frustration and a bent race car he's got to repair for next week. And unfortunately for Tom with Top Groove Racing, his cars were running 1 and 2 in the early stages of this one are outside the top 10 now.
That'll be interesting to see how the points shake out after this one. There's quite a few of the stronger guys in the league not having the best nights.
Yeah, I think coming into tonight, Stefan was our points leader. And they were close within the top 10 cars. There was maybe 20 points difference.
Yeah, he's all the way back in 28th.
Alright, lights are off on the pace car. We're going to be 4 to go when we get the green. We do have 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. Hopefully we don't need all of those.
So right now we've only got 4 guys in the top 10 that started there. Devin Smith's leading the charge. She's 17th to 3rd. Forrest Hamilton's 18th to 4th. Anthony Hamilton 11th to 5th. Sean Patrick, he's all the way up from 24th to 8th. Aaron Murphy 26th to 9th. And Derek Regal 20th to 10th.
Wow.
A lot of big movers there. Some guys taking advantage of some others' bad luck.
Alright, pace car's off. We're going to get the green flag. Good jump by that 28 machine once again.
He is just leaving the field on these restarts. With the 95 and 7 side by side. Oh, there's the yellow.
Logan
At the
Tackett.
95 and 7 side by side, those the leader was gonna just leave.
Oh, the 93 gets, I don't know if he got touched by the 72. And then the 6 went around too. Didn't collect anybody else there. Alright, this will be our first official attempt at a green-white checkered. If they take the white flag, the next one will end it, regardless of whether it's a caution flag or the checkered flag. Combs has got to be just praying for a green flag run.
I tell you what, he gets another start like that, and the race is over for everybody else. Park needs to anticipate in time to start, and if we can get side by side down into turn 1, it's going to be really interesting to see who pulls off the win. That outside lane's just so strong when you're up there, and the guy on the inside's really got to cut the corners to get it down the straightaway.
Yes, he does.
It's just loose on exit, and when you got to put that much more input in it, when you got somebody outside of you, it's hard to get the power down to the racetrack to drive off the corner and keep the momentum down the straightaway to complete a pass or to clear whoever's outside of you.
Per D quality, the race will be under review and penalties could be handed out post-race.
Going to be a lot of sorting through yellows for him. He's got a busy night ahead of him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, even if I made it through lap 1, I don't know that I make it to the end of this the way this thing's shaking out anyways.
No. There's definitely nights I'm glad I'm up in the booth, and tonight is one of them. All right,
There we go.
Gonna go green flag coming out of turn 4. We'll see if Dan's got anything for that 28 machine.
Dan needs to get inched up here just a little bit closer. Time the start.
I did a little bit of that time, but still not great to be up side by side with the 28. And here comes Smith down low again.
Oh no!
no!
We got another yellow. Oh, that took out a lot of good cars.
Oh no. Oh yeah, that 7 machine is busted. Either one of his front tires can turn.
Yeah, 95's raced. pretty much over. He's got some damage. He might be able to run to the finish here and salvage the best he can. It's going to give us a new second place car for this next start.
Forrest Hamilton Jr. and Joshua Reese now.
I wouldn't rule out Reese now. He's right where he wants to be. It's just a matter of how much. Well, I guess they came down and got fresh tires. They're all on fresh tires, so this isn't going to be a matter of who's got better tires and who doesn't. It's just going to be who can put together the best lap here.
Yep.
Reese times that start really well and is able to clear the 3 car. He might have something here for the 28.
Sean Patrick up to 6th. Aaron Murphy up to 7th. 19 positions improved.
Well, we still got 4 of them in the top 10 that started there. A lot of guys benefiting from all these wrecks, that's for sure.
A little too much attrition tonight. It is short track racing, but yeah, gotta have a little bit of patience.
James Polsky's made his way back to 8th.
Josh Fox's car looks like it's a modified. It doesn't have a front bumper.
He doesn't got to get that thing very far to salvage a good finish. He's sitting in a good spot. He's not going to need much of that front end for the rest of this. If we were at a big track like Michigan or someplace like that, that front end would be a huge disadvantage for a green white checker. But he should run well enough to keep 5th place, maybe even pass somebody.
It's definitely going to keep it cool. All right, green flag is out. 28 jumps to a gray lead. Reese and Hamilton battling side by side now for 2nd place.
Holmes is just so good on the start. He's just beating everybody.
Reese and Hamilton touched a little bit. White flag is in the air, no caution. We're gonna let them race this one out. Combs is gonna hold on to it for the lead. Joshua Reese in 2nd. Forrest Hamilton Jr. in 3rd.
Got Farron Elam Jr. nabbing the 4th. Josh Fox rounding out the top 5. Lee Krause all the way back to 6th after all of his problems tonight. Sean Patrick, 24th to 7th. Aiden Girodino. Hopefully I got that name right. 8th. Alan Wernicke hung strong with the 9th place run. Aaron Murphy rounds out the top 10. James Polsky had a little problems there on that last start, dropped all the way back to 11th.
Yeah, I think he
Devin
might have got
Smith.
caught up when that 18 car spun.
Devin Smith was 12th. Logan Tackett 13th, and Anthony Hamilton rounds out the lead lap cars with a 14th place run.
All right, we'll give these drivers just a cool minute to cool down and get out of their cars, and we'll grab them for some interviews. All right, we're going to go ahead and grab our third place finisher, Mr. Forrest Hamilton, and I will let you handle that interview.
The wall either. Oh,
Hey, Forrest, how's it going, man? Bringing home a good, solid finish tonight. How'd you survive everything?
I mean, I couldn't tell you how I survived it. That's for sure. I watched Carnage all night.
Oh, they were wrecking everything out there. There's only 14 cars on the lead lap at the end of that.
Mostly just being patient.
Did,
So, what did you think your chances of a top five were when you gritted up in that 18th starting spot tonight?
Uh, I felt like I had a good car enough to get into the top five. At least a solid top 10. Top five was manageable.
Yeah, you
And two
usually
guys
put
wrecking
together.
out definitely helped.
I was gonna say, you usually are able to string together some pretty good runs, consistent green flag runs, and are able to save some tires and get yourself kind of positioned towards the front by the end of these.
Yeah, the long runs are definitely probably my best part of my racing for sure.
it looked like on
So,
that last restart, you and the one might have got together just a little bit on the back straightaway. Did you guys clip the wall at all, or?
Me and the one are good buddies. We got super tight leaving the corner. So I mean, once we got out of that corner, I knew it was going to be hard racing. We just got into each other a little bit, and I scraped the wall going down the back stretch.
well, you look good out there. You ran solid third place today, survived everything, got a good point haul. Anybody you want to thank?
Nope, just my teammates at DHR for all the practice we put in every week.
All right, man. Well, good run. We'll grab Josh Reese here. Congrats on your podium.
Thank you.
All right, bringing home that number one car in second place tonight, Joshua Reese. How you doing, Josh?
You know, I'm doing pretty all right, honestly. I don't know how I found a way to get second in that race. It was up and down roller coaster. I'll give you that.
You had a pretty fast ride there for a while. It looked like you were gonna try to make some advantages on pit road coming in late, and you definitely did the best you could trying to avoid all that carnage.
Yeah, I watched like 3 different wrecks happen in front of me. I was like, hell, we're gonna try and make it through and gain as many spots. If we wreck, we wreck. And found a way to make it through them all.
I know you put in a lot of practice this week, and
Oh yeah.
after getting that race going and starting having all the yellows play out, and then kind of got stuck back in traffic a little bit. How do you feel getting second out of this after watching all those laps play out the way they did?
Oh, I mean, I'm like super stoked for myself to be able to find a way to climb back up to the field and that by just being aggressive, but not being too aggressive to cause a wreck, but just playing my moves right when I needed to and just watching everything unfold in front of me.
Yeah, you look good getting in and out of traffic, and you could tell you were being patient and setting up passes, and you just kind of methodically made your way back towards the front. I know you got some help with some cars wrecking and stuff in front of you, but the
Yeah,
name
but that'll happen.
yeah, the name of the race was and the name of the game was just being lucky. Is kind of how it looked, but you had speed, and you were probably one of the fastest cars in the field. It's no surprise you made your way up there. So,
Yeah,
congrats on your second place run. You looked really good. And it's like I say, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
yeah. I don't think you're giving me too much credit. I think that first run I burnt up my tires a little bit too much, and I really didn't have any rear grip at the very end. I mean, I was searching there right before that first green flag stop, and then everything started just going down from there. I had a freaking sick ass move. I'll say that. I didn't dive bomb the 18, but I faked a move to the inside of him, and I watched them slide up right into the 93. I was like, ooh, first spot.
On
But,
that
yeah.
last restart, you and the 3-car were battling pretty tough. It looked like you guys might have made a little bit of contact going down that back straight. Do you think that hurt your chances trying to reel in that 28?
No, I think the 28 had it in the bag, no matter what happened. The only real shot I would have been clearing him off turn 2 and driving as hard as I could, but I just don't think I had anything for him. He was way quicker than me all race. But, you know, maybe could have played out a little bit differently if I was on the front row, maybe not, but, just glad to finish out here with the top 2.
Heck yeah, after
Definitely
that
helps me
one.
in points. Yeah, it helps me in points too, which is what I've been wanting to do. Slowly
Yeah.
climb back up.
Congrats on your hard-fought podium. The practice that you put in really helped put you in a position where you could use your speed to get back to the front. So kudos to you for all the work you put in this last week. And again, congrats.
Yeah, this is honestly, I've had some hard battles for top 3s and top 2s and wins and stuff like that, like with you, Dustin, and all that. But this is definitely the hardest I think I've fought to just finish in the top 2. Took a little bit of luck, took a little bit of aggression, took a little bit of everything, but we found a way.
Yeah, it's just like I told you, it's got to run all the laps.
Yep.
Well, congratulations on finishing second. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we cut you loose?
Just you, Mick, for being here broadcasting every week. Also, All the Dirt on YouTube. Make sure to go subscribe to them. Really good channel. Thank you guys for putting up the broadcast every week. My teammates, Josh and Dan. Unfortunately, Dan got caught up in a wreck there late. I think he had the race-winning car, in my opinion, but it really sucks. But also, Josh, somehow find a way to bring that completely beat up ARCA car to top 5. Man, I don't know how you did that. Also, Anthony Hamilton, Forrest Hamilton, Kyle, Aiden, Devin, all of them. I know all of them, and it's always good racing around them. Congrats to Brennan on the win. Good job for him. And yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you back next week.
Yes, sir. You take care and have a good one.
You too. All right, getting his first win in the East to West Apparel ARCA Series. We got that number 28 machine, Mr. Brandon Combs.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
How's it going, Brandon?
It's going pretty peachy over here for now.
You definitely had one fast rocket ship tonight.
Yeah, why don't you walk us through those last few restarts? Obviously, you did an amazing job tonight, just missing all the problems and accidents. Came home with 0x. There's only one other. Well, I think you're it. The only other person showing 0x right now is, well, Forrest Hamilton Jr. did a good job avoiding, but the rest of us, we had a pretty rough night.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at the pace that I had for qualifying because I didn't feel like I had qualifying pace. So to be able to qualify in the first 2 rows was a lot of help there to try to avoid X's like what you brought up there and try to stay out of trouble. But I thought I had myself in a little bit of trouble there on the first lap. I got really loose on entry into 3, but thankfully was able to hold on to it and didn't get hit from behind or nothing. And yeah, the rest of that was just trying to just settle in and just run a decent pace and try to pass some guys when I could. I mean, it was really hard to pass. I don't really know names of guys in this league just quite yet, but I had a good battle there with, it was a red car. I want to say it might have been 89. I can't remember.
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
But like
Brad Steffen, you were battling him for quite a while, and then you were reeling in the 93 of James Pileski early before the green flag pit stops.
Yeah, I felt like I was faster than the 89 there. It was really just a matter of trying to time a run right and be able to clear him without him being able to get a run back to me. Because he was able to roll the middle through 1 and 2 pretty good, so it was really hard to stay with him off of 2 and then be able to possibly clear myself into 3. But no, I mean, it was fun. It was good, hard racing. It definitely was difficult, a little frustrating at times, but I mean, it's just good, hard racing. I mean, racing for 2nd and 3rd. I mean, I expect a guy to race for it and not just play over and let you go. And yeah, I felt like once I got clean air on the car after passing him, I was able to run James down a little bit. And then kind of had a bad luck deal with the caution coming out. I was already in my pit box when the caution came out. and got trapped a lap down, but was able to take the wave around and stay on the lap. And I think that was the farthest back I was all night. I want to say it was like 9th and 10th or something like that. And yeah, I just got pretty aggressive on restarts and trying to get what I could. Because I wasn't sure if we were going to go green a lot or if it was just going to be a restart battle with trying to get spots that way. But thankfully, we were able to go green there a little bit and was able to get a couple of spots and had a really good pit stop. Was able to come off pit road there at the end with the lead and kind of just nail my restarts there and hopefully hold on for the win.
Yeah, you were owning everybody on those last restarts. It must have felt really good to jump out a couple car lengths on second, every time, and to get that jump and then to see those cars side by side, that had to be a good feeling behind you.
It's definitely encouraging for sure to see them too wide in my mirror, at least into one, and me being clear with nobody on my outside to be able to use the whole racetrack and just have clean air on the doors and on the quarters and stuff, and be able to just do what I can do and just try to drive away. I mean, like I said, I didn't feel like I had the short run speed, but I felt like I definitely had good long run pace there. So it was nice to see to have a little bit of short run pace there, pay off there at the end.
Yeah, you looked really good. You had a all around solid night. You looked fairly strong in all aspects of the race, long runs and short runs. So you looked really good. You kept your nose clean, and the night worked out for you. Congrats.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I tried really hard there to race guys pretty clean and kind of, but yeah, race them hard if I felt like I was faster than him, but try not to get into him. I got into Kyle a little bit off of 4, but I think he kind of got loose and I was already right on his back bumper, but thankfully he was able to save it and we were able to keep trucking along there. And other than that, I don't think I touched anyone the rest of the race really. But just try to keep the car clean and keep a cool head and see what happens. I mean, that was a good race there for sure. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to repeat next week or at least have a good run.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the Rusty Misfits Racing League. You've had 2 pretty good showings early on in the career with us, and we look forward to seeing what you can do.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys letting me come over here and run with you guys. It was kind of a last-minute deal last week to hop in the league before Atlanta started. I only got like 10, 15 minutes of practice with some of the guys out there in the draft there, and then I guess you could say this is the real first race of racing around some other guys for me on a non-drafting racetrack. So yeah, it was a good time, and I mean, I didn't see anything outrageous or anything like that. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I appreciate Dean for letting me hop in over here. And I guess a huge shout out to Kyle and Forrest and them for giving me the information about this and let me know about it.
All right, buddy. Well, we look forward to seeing you back next week, and maybe we'll see you back on the podium again.
Yeah, it's always nice talking to the guys in the broadcast booth, whoever's doing the broadcast and stuff, and appreciate you guys putting the stream on. And yeah, it's nice to be able to get some wins.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we will catch you back next week.
Yep. Nice meeting you guys. Good talking to you guys. Y'all have a good one.
Have a good night, man.
All right, Dustin, I think that's going to do it. Any closing thoughts tonight?
Next week will probably be a little bit better as far as yellows go. These guys usually do a really good job of keeping the races clean. I mean, we're gonna have a crash fest from time to time. It's inevitable, but I think these guys will get it back in form next week. It'll be a lot different race, and they'll get a good green flag run or 2 in, and it's gonna be back to normal green flag racing for these guys.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining me after your night ended abruptly, and hopefully we can see you back on the podium.
Yeah, I don't know how many of these I got left. You just might see me in the booth next week. I enjoy coming up. Hopefully I add something to the broadcast and don't take anything away, and I enjoy hanging out with you. And I got a busy week ahead of me, and I don't think I'll have a whole lot of time to practice, so I don't like to show up and not practice. It's not fair if I get into somebody and wreck them and I didn't practice. So I'll probably just join you.
And maybe next week you have a little more news about the upcoming Buck Wild racing car.
Yeah, you know, I ended up in a unique circumstance, and I might have jumped the gun a little bit announcing things, but we'll save that conversation for the future. It's really exciting. I kind of stumbled into it, and at the end of the day, I think my kids will get an amazing experience out of it. So we'll chat more when I got a little bit more details.
All right, we'll keep that one on the back burner for now, but we will catch you again next week.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yes, sir. And thanks everybody for tuning in with us tonight. We'll be back in action tomorrow night with Strange Brew Racing Legends Series, followed by the FALCONGRAFIX Asphalt Mini Stock Series right here on all